great opportunity for him to get a lot of backup point guard minutes in Brooklyn, and definitely a change of pace guy for Spencer Dinwiddie.
That time, Armani Brooks knocks it down, the 25-year-old out of Houston.
The North County team picked it up, but it was his shooting ability that really intrigued many of the NBA organizations.
Bucks trade for Jazz's John Collins in new bold proposal. An NBA team may not be able to resist a buy low opportunity. They may not even covet a particular player. They're simply trading for him because he's available at a low price. Is that why the Utah Jazz acquired John Collins this summer? We're not sure. That said, it's fair to say that the Jazz have a lot of similar players. There's a bit of a logjam in Salt Lake City. Between Collins, Lauri Markkanen, and Kelly Olynyk, they've got a lot of talented players who should get time at the 4. They also just drafted Taylor Hendricks. Most of these guys can soak up some minutes at the 5, but Walker Kessler is entrenched as the starter. Where does that leave Collins? Time will tell. The Jazz may see him as a long-term building block. On the other hand, they may simply be trying to increase his trade value so they can trade him for more than they gave up for him. Could they send him to the Milwaukee Bucks? The trade proposal. In fact, the Jazz got Collins for an unbelievably low price. How did this happen? At one point, Collins was seen as a future star. He once boasted a rare blend of volume and efficiency. Once again, how did this happen? Did Collins decline? It's possible. With that said, the Hawks may not have put him in an optimal position. At first, it seemed like they would. Collins, in theory, is an elite play finisher who can pick or pop out of pick-and-roll sets. That ought to be a perfect partner for Trae Young. With that said, the Hawks would eventually start leaning on Young's pick-and-roll chemistry with Clint Capella more often. It's not necessarily that Capella was a more dynamic offensive player. He's simply a better defender, and the Hawks had to use him on offense somehow. With that said, they may have minimized Collins in the process. Should the Bucks take a flyer on the young forward? Why the Milwaukee Bucks do the deal? The Bucks do this deal if Collins looks like he's the best player involved in it as the season wears on. After all, the Bucks are firmly in win-now mode. As a matter of fact, this organization is probably feeling a stronger sense of desperation than they have in some time. That's because Giannis Antetokounmpo has been putting pressure on them. Recently, the star forward has suggested that, if the Bucks aren't soon looking like title contenders, he could leave. This is a situation worth monitoring. The Bucks need to put the best roster that they can together by the 2023-24 trade deadline. If Collins resembles his former self, this will help. An optimized version of Collins would be a direct upgrade over Portis. He's a similar stretch combo big, but Collins is a vertical threat as well. Meanwhile, Pat Connaughton makes Allen expendable. Should the Jazz be interested in Allen?
They've used in that Kevin Durant trade was this year for Noah Cloudy, 21st overall. And Corey, we did a Utah game yesterday as Wiggins knocks down another 3. Green after